One of my 5 surgeries was the protectomy surgery, which is the removal of the booty hole, making me a Barbie butt essentially, making the ostomy permanent. There are times where I get comments like, I rather die than have an ostomy, or, people making jokes. There's something that I just got recently about, sexualizing the ostomy bag, which should not be a topic whatsoever. Comments saying you're so gross, or comments saying like you should be hiding that at the beach. I will 100%, reply to these comments in a way to raise awareness, explaining exactly what the ostomy is. My journey is a really long one, having been diagnosed with colitis at age 3 and then Crohn's disease at age 11. And then I had emergency ostomy surgery at age 13. I lived in fear for a very long time after ostomy surgery, even after, combating a severe illness, Crohn's disease. I felt extremely, lost in my body. I, did not recognize my body. I felt like I was in a body that was no longer mine, and I was just like fighting to feel any sense of normalcy. I felt very different. There was nobody that I could, really look up to and, find a similarity within me in order to just feel like I belonged in society. I did like a little lingerie photo shoot just for myself in order to see if I can, see my whole body and my whole self with my ostomy as beautiful. I started modeling. I've walked New York Fashion Week 2 times now. I've been featured in Maxim Australia magazine, both of them super monumental moments for the ostomy community, to have the first ostomate, in such massive media areas. And I do every single thing I do with such a passion and such a drive, because I always think, if this is something that little me would have seen when she was going through it, just to feel any sense of normalcy. I think if, she would have seen things that I'm doing now, things that, even other ostomates and other chronic illness warriors and survivors are doing now with, modern day, social media and everything, because there's such a positive impact of social media, of this side of, connecting individuals and inspiring and helping. I think little me would have thought, what, like, it's gonna be okay. If someone has something to share about their life or whatever, I think social media is such a great space to do that. 100%, it can come with these areas of, uncomfortability, of, being a little bit shy in terms of, posting and having so many eyes on you and everything. I always say sometimes greatness comes from uncomfortability and comes from challenges. Definitely did in my case. And I would hope to inspire others as well to share their stories, because you really never know how many lives that you are going to touch and you're going to inspire, and you're going to, help these individuals get through something extremely challenging. And, just one thing that you say can literally help transform someone else's life for the better. And I always say, I see these positive reinforcements, and I see people saying like, wow, I'm gonna wear a bikini at the beach because, I've seen you do it so many times, I've seen others do it so many times, and, I've finally gained the confidence. Or people saying, I feel okay going into ostomy surgery. I know my life is going to be okay because I see every single thing that you're up to and every single thing that others are up to. And you have to really just hold on to that and let that fuel your positivity and let that fuel your motivation to continue to do greatness for your community.